August 1st, 2019. Ninja posts a cryptic tweet that breaks the internet. I love you guys, and I truly appreciate everything we've built together on Mixer. Wait, what? Mixer? The gaming world stops. Ninja, the blue-haired king of Fortnite, with 14 million Twitch followers, just abandoned his empire overnight. The shocking truth emerges within hours. Microsoft didn't just recruit Ninja, they bought him. $50 million. That's more than most Hollywood stars make for blockbuster movies. This wasn't a career move. This was a declaration of war against the streaming industry itself. What happened next would destroy billion-dollar companies and reshape streaming forever. While Twitch celebrated their dominance, YouTube Gaming was quietly building something different. They weren't just another streaming platform. They were constructing superior infrastructure, better discovery algorithms, and revenue systems that actually worked for creators. YouTube's strategy was brilliant. They identified Twitch's fatal weakness, complete dependency on their biggest stars. Twitch had built their entire ecosystem around a handful of mega streamers. Remove those pillars and the whole structure would shake. The moment Ninja's goodbye tweet went live, emergency meetings erupted across Twitch headquarters. Their biggest star had vanished overnight. No warning, no negotiation, just gone. Panic spread through every department as they realized they'd been outmaneuvered. Microsoft's Mixer move triggered an industry-wide arms race. Within weeks, Shroud signed his own exclusive deal, worth reportedly $10 million. The message was clear. Every major streamer was now for sale to the highest bidder. Facebook Gaming jumped into the feeding frenzy. Smaller platforms like DLive started throwing money around desperately. The psychology was intoxicating. Why gamble on unpredictable ad revenue and donations when platforms offered guaranteed millions up front? But early warning signs were already flashing red. Ninja's first Mixer stream drew 60,000 viewers. Impressive for most streamers, but devastating for someone who regularly pulled over 100,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch. His audience didn't follow him. They stayed behind. The exclusivity war had begun, and nobody understood the real cost yet. These weren't just business deals. They were experiments in whether individual personalities could overcome platform ecosystems. The results would be more brutal than anyone imagined. Meanwhile, YouTube Gaming watched the chaos unfold. They didn't panic. They didn't throw desperate money at big names. Instead, they focused on what actually mattered, building tools that helped all creators succeed, not just the famous ones. The contrast was striking. While competitors fought over a handful of stars, YouTube Gaming improved their streaming infrastructure and offered better revenue splits without exclusivity. They understood something their rivals missed. Community can't be purchased, only earned. Twitch's response revealed their fundamental misunderstanding of their own platform. Instead of improving creator tools or addressing long-standing issues, they doubled down on exclusivity contracts. They threw money at the problem, signing more streamers to exclusive deals, despite mounting evidence that audiences weren't following. The bidding war intensified. Platforms began offering increasingly desperate terms. Not just money, but marketing support, custom features, and promises of special treatment. The streaming industry had become a hostage crisis, with platforms holding creators captive through golden handcuffs. What nobody realized was that this strategy would backfire spectacularly. The platforms spending the most on exclusives were about to learn the most expensive lesson in internet history. You can't force authentic community connections. When streamers moved platforms, their audiences didn't just stay behind. They actively resented being abandoned. The stage was set for one of the biggest failures in streaming history. Millions of dollars were about to evaporate. Careers would be destroyed. An entire industry would learn that some things can't be bought. Within weeks of those massive exclusivity deals, the brutal reality hit. Ninja's viewership collapsed from millions to tens of thousands. His regular streams on Mixer struggled to break 20,000 concurrent viewers. The blue-haired king who once dominated Twitch was now streaming to audiences smaller than mid-tier creators he used to dwarf. The truth became undeniable. Platform ecosystems matter more than individual personalities. Twitch wasn't just a streaming service. It was a discovery engine, a community hub, and a cultural phenomenon. When streamers left, they didn't just lose their audience. They lost their entire support system. Shroud faced the same devastating reality. His Mixer streams drew respectable numbers, but nothing close to his Twitch dominance. The algorithm didn't know how to promote him. New viewers couldn't find him. His community felt fragmented and lost. The guaranteed millions looked less appealing when your career momentum ground to a halt. Other exclusive streamers watched in horror as their relevance evaporated. They'd traded their organic growth for financial security, but the cost was steeper than anyone imagined. Without Twitch's recommendation system, discoverability became nearly impossible. They were earning guaranteed money while becoming increasingly irrelevant. Twitch made their fatal miscalculation right here. Instead of learning from this obvious pattern, they doubled down. They signed more creators to exclusive deals, convinced that throwing more money would solve the problem. Internal documents later revealed executives believed the audience migration was just a temporary adjustment period. But they were catastrophically wrong. The hidden costs kept mounting. Streamers lost their communities, their algorithmic boost, and their cultural relevance. Platform algorithms punished exclusive content by design. When you can only watch someone on one platform, that platform has no incentive to promote them over creators. Meanwhile, YouTube Gaming executed a masterclass in platform strategy. Instead of offering golden handcuffs, they offered freedom. Better revenue splits without exclusivity requirements. Superior infrastructure without contractual chains. Creators could stream simultaneously on multiple platforms, maximizing their reach while earning more per viewer. The contrast was stark. While Mixer and Facebook Gaming held their exclusive streamers hostage, YouTube Gaming empowered creators to build sustainable businesses. They understood that creator success meant platform success. Restricting where creators could build their audience was counterproductive to everyone involved. The tipping point came when major streamers began publicly regretting their exclusive deals, not just in private conversations, but in streams and interviews. They'd traded their freedom for money and watched their careers stagnate. The guaranteed contracts felt more like prison sentences than business opportunities. Internal platform documents later revealed the panic spreading through executive suites. User engagement was plummeting across exclusive content. Viewers weren't just ignoring the new platforms. They were actively hostile towards streamers who'd abandoned their original communities. Comment sections filled with betrayal and resentment. Twitch's data showed something even more damaging. When major streamers left for exclusive deals, their former audiences didn't just disappear. They found new creators to support. The platform's ecosystem was more resilient than anyone expected. Losing individual stars hurt temporarily, but the community structure remained intact. This resilience exposed the fundamental flaw in the exclusivity strategy. Platforms had assumed streamers were irreplaceable assets. Instead, they discovered that healthy ecosystems create new stars organically. Removing established creators just created opportunities for emerging talent to fill the void. The migration massacre was complete. Exclusive streamers watched their influence crumble while their former platforms thrived without them. The guaranteed money felt hollow when your cultural impact evaporated. They'd won the financial lottery, but lost the career game that actually mattered. The industry was about to learn an even harsher lesson. The platforms spending billions on exclusivity were walking toward a cliff, and the fall would be spectacular. June 22nd, 2020. The announcement that shattered the streaming world came without warning. Microsoft was shutting down Mixer completely. Not scaling back, not restructuring, complete shutdown. The platform that had spent hundreds of millions on exclusive deals was simply giving up. The betrayal cut deeper than anyone expected. Streamers with guaranteed contracts suddenly found themselves abandoned. Microsoft offered to transfer them to Facebook Gaming, but the damage was already done. Trust had evaporated. The platform that promised to revolutionize streaming was admitting total defeat. Ninja faced the most humiliating moment of his career. His desperate return to Twitch drew on average 3,000 concurrent viewers. The numbers told a devastating story. His regular viewership never recovered to pre-Mixer levels. The king had returned to a kingdom that had moved on without him. The psychological impact was brutal. Ninja had been the face of streaming, the poster child for the medium's potential. His Mixer experiment proved that individual personalities couldn't overcome platform ecosystems. Even the most famous streamer in the world couldn't drag audiences across platforms. The community had chosen the ecosystem over the star. Other returning streamers faced similar reality checks. Shroud came back to smaller audiences and reduced influence. The streaming landscape had evolved during their absence. New creators had filled the void. Audiences had formed new loyalties. The exclusive streamers returned as refugees in their former homes. The domino effect rippled through the industry immediately. Other platforms began questioning their exclusivity strategies. Facebook gaming executives held emergency meetings to reassess their approach. Smaller platforms that had thrown money at exclusive deals suddenly looked vulnerable. If Microsoft couldn't make exclusivity work with unlimited resources, who could? YouTube Gaming emerged victorious without firing a single exclusivity shot. Their strategy of creator freedom and superior infrastructure had proven correct. While competitors burned money on exclusive contracts, YouTube Gaming had built sustainable growth through better tools and revenue sharing. They'd won the war by refusing to fight it on their competitors' terms. The financial carnage was staggering. Industry estimates suggested over $1 billion wasted on failed exclusive deals across all platforms. Microsoft alone had reportedly spent over $200 million on Mixer exclusives before shuttering the platform entirely. The return on investment was catastrophically negative. Twitch underwent massive internal restructuring as reality set in. They abandoned their exclusivity arms race and pivoted toward improving creator tools and revenue sharing. The platform that had started the streaming revolution was forced to rebuild their strategy from scratch. Their exclusive deals had weakened their ecosystem instead of strengthening it. The new streaming landscape looked fundamentally different. Creator freedom became the winning strategy. Platforms competed on infrastructure, discoverability, and revenue splits, rather than exclusive contracts. The hostage crisis was over, and the creators had won their freedom through the spectacular failure of their captors. But the psychological scars ran deeper than financial losses. Streamers who had taken exclusive deals faced ongoing trust issues with their audiences. Comment sections remained hostile for months. Viewers felt betrayed and abandoned. The money had been guaranteed, but the relationship damage was permanent. Some creators never fully recovered their pre-exclusivity audience engagement levels. September 2020 brought an unexpected twist to the streaming wars. Facebook Gaming learned from everyone else's mistakes and launched a completely different strategy. Instead of demanding exclusivity, they offered something revolutionary: guaranteed money without golden handcuffs. Their hybrid model allowed creators to maintain audiences across multiple platforms while earning stable income from Facebook Gaming. Streamers could broadcast simultaneously on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Gaming. They kept their communities intact while adding new revenue streams. It was the best of both worlds. The unexpected success proved that the industry had learned its lesson. Creators maintained their audiences while earning guaranteed money. Facebook Gaming grew their platform without destroying established communities. Viewers could follow their favorite streamers wherever they wanted to watch. Everyone won. This hybrid model became the new industry standard almost immediately. Other platforms rushed to copy Facebook Gaming's approach. Exclusive deals became toxic in the creator economy. The word exclusive itself became associated with career suicide, and platform failure. The transformation was remarkable. Within months, collaboration replaced competition as the dominant strategy. Platforms focused on building better tools and revenue systems rather than caging creators. The streaming ecosystem became healthier and more sustainable for everyone involved. The billion-dollar lesson had been learned, and the entire industry was better for it. The streaming wars taught the most expensive lesson in internet history. The platforms that tried to cage creators lost everything to those that set them free. Microsoft burned hundreds of millions, proving that community can't be purchased. Twitch nearly destroyed their own ecosystem, chasing exclusivity deals that weakened their platform. But the lesson extended far beyond streaming. The creator economy learned that authentic relationships can't be forced or bought. Audiences choose platforms based on experience, not because their favorite creator signed an exclusive contract. Community loyalty runs deeper than individual personalities, but it also can't be transferred between ecosystems. Today's streaming wars look completely different. Platforms compete on tools, revenue sharing, and creator support rather than exclusivity contracts. The hybrid model pioneered by Facebook Gaming became the standard. Creators maintain freedom while platforms focus on building sustainable businesses together. The billion-dollar hostage crisis proved that the creator economy works best when everyone benefits. Platforms that empower creators succeed. Platforms that restrict creators fail. The most expensive lesson in streaming history created a healthier ecosystem for everyone involved. The creator economy learned its most valuable truth. Community can't be bought, only earned through consistent value and respect for audience choice. Subscribe to be notified on more stories like this.